Speaker McCarthy had a mandate from the American people, negotiated with a powerful negotiation position of a unified Republican Party, not only just in the House, but in the House and the Senate, to hold the line for the bill that we passed. This deal that we've heard about totally fails to deliver on all of it.
Congressman Scott Perry slamming Speaker Kevin McCarthy over the debt ceiling deal the Speaker negotiated with Joe Biden and the Democrats. The House Freedom Caucus knows a raw deal when they see it. So now what? Conservative Congressman Matt Gaetz is member of the Freedom Caucus. He's joining me now. Hey, Congressman, it's always great to have you, sir. By the way, great job filling in for Greg Kelly the other night. It was very entertaining. The facts of this deal are pretty damning. The GOP went from a modest $5 trillion reduction of spending over 10 years, never making cuts, meaning the GOP never insisted government spend only what the taxpayers give it. Now, we went from that to accepting Joe Biden's unacceptable spending levels next year and increasing those levels the following year. What will the Freedom Caucus do?
I am not going to vote for this bill. I think that it doesn't put sufficient downward pressure on spending. I announced that on Newsmax the other night. And what's interesting to me, Chris, is that an increasing number of members who are very close to Speaker McCarthy are now announcing their opposition. People like Kat Cammack, Corey Mills, Michael Waltz, Russell Fry, Wesley Hunt. These are very much Team McCarthy people, but they have announced that this isn't something that they can support. I didn't even vote for the first increase in the debt limit because gaslighting $49 trillion in debt over the next 10 years does a great deal of harm to the American economy, and it cuts against our principal mandate with the voters, which is to fight inflation.
Now, there is a vote, I think it's in a matter of hours, in the Rules Committee on this debt deal, as it were. Has the Speaker signaled to you that he is open to driving for a better deal that is more consistent with actually trying to reduce the profligate spending that is driving inflation, that is harming our country?
Well, the Speaker is working to get 112 votes. That's a key number because according to the concessions that Speaker McCarthy made in January, he can only bring legislation to the floor if a majority of the majority is going to support it. Right now, that may be in question. The first test for Speaker McCarthy is the Rules Committee. That's a committee where we've got folks who are very dead set against this bill, like Chip Roy and Ralph Norman. So will Democrats on the Rules Committee cross over and give Speaker McCarthy what he needs to get the bill to the floor, and then will 112 Republicans indicate that they're going to vote for it? We cannot pass bills with a majority of the Republicans in opposition, so if folks are against this, they should reach out to their member of Congress and have their voice heard.
Now, if the Speaker puts together a Democrat-Republican vote yes for this, what will the Freedom Caucus do if the people who are objecting to this bill get overridden, if the Republicans get overridden by a Republican speaker teaming up with Democrats to pass this bill?
Again, I think the operative question there is whether or not the Speaker can get to a majority of the majority. If a majority of Republicans are against a piece of legislation and you use Democrats to pass it, that would immediately be a black letter violation of the deal we had with McCarthy to allow his ascent to the speakership, and it would likely trigger an immediate motion to vacate. I think Speaker McCarthy knows that. That's why he's working hard to make sure that he gets, 120, 150, 160 votes, and that's why those of us who are not supportive of the bill are trying to point out that many of the changes are cosmetic in nature, and Joe Biden's administration is going to be able to waive certain requirements and certain conditions that sound like great talking points, but that don't save the country from the ruin that the Biden administration is bringing us to.
Yeah, I just don't know how we can go from shaving off $5 trillion from already massive overspending over 10 years to actually increases over the next 2 years and call that a win. I just don't know. Congressman Matt Gaetz, sir, always a pleasure seeing you. Hope to talk again soon.